if y'all don't have the time to listen to all this all the way through right now, you really freaking need to make sure you have time for this.
Yeah.
Watch this all the way front to back. If you start this video, this clip's gonna be in the beginning. If you start this, fucking make sure you finish it.
And run it back 3 times too.
Watch the whole thing. I'm telling you.
Insane, bro.
I'm telling you. Because there's probably going to be a lot of people that are watching this right now or tuning in to watch this that need to hear this shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Legacy Loading. This is a stacked lineup here to the left of me. Dorian's back, Harry's here, and we got our special guest, Mr. Joe Andrews.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Joe's actually only been on, you said one other podcast. This is your second podcast.
Yes.
And it's not because
This
people
is my
haven't asked
second
him.
conversation.
It's because he'll tell you no.
Yeah.
Joe was one of our main guests we wanted to get in LA for sure.
Yeah, right at the top of the list.
Fucking go. Wait. How we go with this? Because I kind of got a little bit of a potty mouth, so.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
No, you're good.
All right, good.
Dick.
Why is that the first word you thought of, bro? No, yeah, everything
Right,
goes.
cool.
Everything's good here. But yeah, we had to squeeze in Jay Cutler before you, if that's cool. But
Damn,
Hope
Jay.
you don't mind.
we definitely want to get this pod out because you're LA guy.
Joe's on it. Yeah,
you
you're
are the LA guy.
Seriously, like OG LA
Damn,
guy.
yo, I'll take that.
For real.
But for real. Pretty much. Yeah, I've been out here for a minute.
Yeah, so you've been in the game. How long have you been in the game for? And what would you consider your start of the game?
Shit.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
So
What do you do?
All right, so I'm Joe Andrews, and I post daily workouts. Just kidding. But no, I do a bunch of stuff, honestly, and I think that's something that people don't understand or don't realize is, we're all on social media and we're all posting what we do on social media that works for us. But dude, I'm a man of many trades. I'm in different industries as well, doing modeling work, training, the social media stuff, and my own brand as well. So you guys know the grind.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's actually a really good point. That you post what works for you and what helps your socials grow, but you do so many other different things. But it's just it's not really transferable to your Instagram page because you how many followers on Instagram do you have right now?
930. Bro, today just keeps going back and forth to 934, 935. I don't know what's going on.
Legacy Loading is gonna bring you that million.
We're on
bro.
our way to a million, bro.
Yeah. And you've built that audience over the course of it's 10 years, bro.
Bro, yeah. Honestly, I really started getting into posting and knowing how to post and everything when I a year after being out here. So I'll probably say it was about 4 years ago. I really
That's a long time.
knew how to go about this whole social media thing, because I'm sure you guys all know before this we would all just post pictures of us and our friends on the weekend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Whatever we're doing.
I miss picture IG. That shit was the best, bro.
Yeah, it was just group pictures. You go to somebody's feed and it's all group pictures.
Terrible
That's it.
quality.
But yeah, it's once I learned once I realized that you can make money doing this, I was like, oh shit, well, this is what I need to do because I'm out here now and everything's more expensive and we just need to grind. So I've been doing Instagram's my main for sure. I've been doing that for 4 years, seriously. But that first year, bro, it was trial and error with everything. Yeah. Because I found that when I first got out here, I feel the social media realm of Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of it constantly is changing, and we know that. And what people want to see and what people are entertained by and shit like that or motivated by in our industry is it's always changing. You know, I'm looking at today's age and I'm like, some people, I'm not gonna lie, they post shit. I'm just literally how the fuck is this blowing up? How is this blowing up? There's nothing about no shade on anybody, but there's nothing that I'm getting out of this post. There's no value. Yeah. It's basically just the same shit every day of just a picture of look at me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's my thing though. I look for value now.
100%.
I'll be scrolling my feed. I'm like, why do I still follow this person? I look at their shit every day. I get nothing from following them. Nothing. No motivation. and no entertainment. Like
honestly,
that's my thing.
You probably get more like frustrated than anything. I mean, you all have group chats, I'm sure, where you send posts that you see and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like if 65% of what you consume on Instagram is making you be like, what the, like, that's a good,
You kind of have to have that realization.
That's a good point.
One day, wake up and be like, you know what? Today I'm gonna just filter out my IG. Like, take care of what I'm gonna see every morning when I wake up, and not see shit that I don't need to consume.
Yeah, 100%. You're not getting anything from that, but I guarantee you hit that unfollow button, you're gonna get something.
Yeah,
people are gonna be like, "Oh, why'd you unfollow?"
I always think about that.
And be like, "Dude, well, I don't really want to tell you." But fuck.
All right, let's take it. Let's take it all the way back. How did this all start? I know you're not born and raised in LA, right?
No, and honestly, LT, and people call you LT or Joe. I'm like,
come whatever you want.
All right, LT, Joe, LT. I was thinking about this when you guys first asked me to be on this podcast. I was like, oh fuck yeah, bro! This one's gonna be dope because you come from a similar background as myself. I don't know if you know that, because I noticed you post more about like, you know, your past and like, you know, coming out the mud of what you were doing, you know what I'm saying? And like
Actual mud.
No, dead ass. Like, trust me, bro, I was in the same fucking job. Like, I was on the job sites that you were on.
Construction sites?
Yeah, bro. And it's crazy. And I feel like that's kind of like why, before I even met Joe or like sat down with him or like anything, like just watching your stories, and bro, I'm like, fuck, bro, I can relate to this. And I can see it in your grind too, bro. You got out here and you're just like, let's go. You know what I mean? And like, nothing's going to stop you. And like, I think you really have to come from something like that to keep you fucking motivated, because you know, going back there,
you don't want to get back.
You know what I mean? But yeah, going way back, bro, like I was born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out Cincinnati, Ohio.
all two of our listeners.
You know, 513, what up? But no, yeah, I was born and raised there. So growing up, bro, literally nothing much to do in Cincinnati besides
Bengals.
Yeah, root for the Who Days, and that's about it. And even back then, like, our sports teams always sucked. So it was more so everyone was focused around like high school football. That was like the biggest thing. Like, if you met someone out of state, like when I meet people from out here, first thing, if they're like, oh yeah, I'm from Ohio, I'm like, oh, what part? If they say Cincinnati or they say Columbus or Cleveland or whatever, the first thing I say is, I'm like, where'd you go to high school? Like, and that's so weird to some people, but everything revolved around high school football where I'm from.
Like the city shuts down. Like everyone's at the game.
100%, 100%. So
that's dope.
I'd probably say, you know, throughout the years, as I look back, everything I feel like that, like I kind of just like every route that I kind of took set me up to where I'm at today. And I feel like that's the same for everybody. But so let's see. I started out where I was going to college at the University of Cincinnati. And my parents were very old school and just hard. Like, my dad was a hard ass all the time. And I eventually ended up working for him because he was like, bro, I'm not paying for your college. Like, I'm not paying for you to go here. I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for your fucking groceries. Like, no. And if you want me to pay you, then you can come to work and I'll pay you a paycheck at the end of the 2 weeks, whatever.
Fair.
So I was like, all right, well, I guess that's what I'm doing. So I started to go to work with him. But we were doing construction, and he was an independent contractor. So like, he was just taking on jobs, and kind of like we were doing mainly like tile and marble work. So we would book like commercial jobs, real estate jobs, and all that stuff, and we'd be laying the tile and marble. But you can imagine like a hospital laying the tile in a hospital. That's every floor, every bathroom, walls, all that shit.
How
bro.
big was your team? Like, were you doing
Just
every floor?
bro, I swear on everything, it was literally me, my dad, and like one other fucking like labor guy. So you can imagine like my ass, how I was getting worked, bro, like worked.
That's where physique came from.
I swear, bro, like we pull up to the job site and my dad would be like, all right, go, like start stocking the floors. And there'd be a truck out there with literally like just pallets and skids of like boxes of tile. And each box of tile weighed probably like 50 pounds. I'm not kidding.
How old were you?
At the time I was, 20, like early 20s.
Okay. Yeah.
Early 20s.
You were getting in shape from doing this too?
Definitely, yeah.
Bro, yeah, like that was a workout. Like, and now me and my brother were just talking about this because my brother would come and help like here and there, my younger brother. But bro, all day, every day, it was like strap on the knee pads, be on your hands and knees. We're like spreading thin set, grouting floors, grouting walls, laying tile.
Yeah.
Just carrying garbage. Like it was just like manual labor. Yeah. You know that life,
sucks,
bro.
You ever just go back to those job sites and like admire your work?
Honestly,
in the hospital, like, this is what I did.
You know, actually it is kind of crazy because I did that one time. It was a couple years ago when I went back to Cincinnati for the holidays. I went back and I was just kind of like walking around downtown, and it was crazy how many places like we actually worked in downtown Cincinnati. And like, my dad was just a fucking workhorse. This dude, like, it kind of reminded me of me, like, with this Instagram fitness shit. Like, it's hard for me to stop, you know? It's hard for me to take a break. It's hard for me to, like, rest because I'm just, like, I'm so used to being just worked. And if you're not doing anything, it's like you're falling behind or, like, you're slacking. And, like, that was never, like, if you were caught slacking, it was like, go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's always been my mentality. And, you know, my dad was always super liked and knew everybody downtown and shit because we worked in almost every single building. But while doing construction, like I was coaching football and baseball and doing the fucking strength and conditioning program at my high school that I graduated from. So fresh out of high school, you know, I'm going to college. 2 years in, I'm working for my dad as well. Also, after work, I'm going to practice to coach these kids. Started out on freshman, then moved to JV, and did Friday night varsity as well, just like skill position players.
Sure.
But bro, it was just like, I don't know, I felt so fucking driven that now looking back on it, I'm like, how the fuck was I doing all that?
Yeah.
How'd you manage all those different things?
Exactly. And I feel like the days were so much longer to where it was like, I was still waking up about the same time I'm waking up, but it was just like, wake up and go. It was like no time to be like fucking sleepy eyed. Like, let's go. And, so I was running that, like doing that. It was basically like 2 days of work. And then after that, still, bro, I was still going to the fucking gym. And I made sure that, like, because I was working with the strength and conditioning program at the high school, they gave me a key to the gym. So, like, I'd be in that bitch till, like, fucking 12, 1 a.m., literally coming home, going back to fucking work. How did 6 a.m. Like,
how did you put on any size? It sounds like you were burning, like, an absurd amount of calories
see,
a day.
this is... I love that.
Yeah, but what was the diet like these days?
Bro, the diet was just great. I would come home from fucking work and literally every single day I'd make a double-decker peanut butter and jelly. And
That's some calories there.
Literally like make a bowl, like pour a bowl of fucking Cheez-Its.
No macro calories.
Yeah, no Cheez-Its and PB&J.
I didn't know.
This is not diet.
Yo, listen, I swear, I never tracked food.
That's what I wanted to ask, yeah.
I've never tracked food, never weighed food.
Not even now.
No, I do now.
Okay,
I do now.
okay.
But until I started prep, which was fucking in December, this past December.
Oh, damn. So your whole life you didn't...
Whole life, never did it. Never paid attention to calories. Never paid attention to macros.
Damn.
Didn't even know what the fuck macros were, bro, until I got out here. Because nobody cares about that shit back home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really does. Everyone's just trying to be big and strong.
It's a chicken, rice, protein shake.
So whatever the fuck you're going to do to get big and strong and be the guy who's lifting the most weight at the gym, that's what you're going to fucking
Would you
do.
say after the show, now it kind of changed that whole, now you weigh everything, you change your lifestyle a little bit?
It is. It's actually crazy how for so long, like, you know, when you're in prep for 12, 15 weeks, it comes like you almost need to weigh everything.
It's hard to go back to not weighing because you're like, you know what? It takes an extra 10 seconds to just weigh the chicken out instead of just throwing it in the bowl.
Weighs on your mind.
You're not even tracking anything. You're just like, yeah, that's 50 grams.
Yeah, a handful.
Well, you get to a point, Dorian, I'm sure you're this way, where you can almost kind of eyeball things.
Yeah, 100%.
You can almost eyeball
You don't need a fucking scale.
Yeah.
Like, I can like scoop some like Ryse in and be like, without even looking at the scale, I'll be like, that's about 150 grams right there. And then I'm looking at 150 grams. Yeah.
But from your perspective, since you did both, like, isn't it like better when you know what's going on with your body? Like overall, you know exactly what you're putting on and what's like, what you get out of it. You know what I mean? Like it's way better knowing your body rather than just go and eat whatever you want. Even though some people really can do that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
That's
like, really a lot of people like that. But at the end of the day, it's way better to know what's going on in your body and like what you're gonna get out of it in the end of the day.
100%. I'll preach that forever now. You know, I think you feel better, you know what's going on in your body, you perform better. And, you know, if I could go back, I'd be doing that way earlier, you know, just
2
because.
boxes of cheeses.
Maybe it won't be so big then, though.
I'd be weighing my cheeses, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just pouring a whole bowl. No, but
That's
yeah, never counted calories, never did any of that. That's kind of funny because, never really knew. I mean, in Cincinnati, Ohio, I mean, I knew one person growing up, one guy who did competitions, who did bodybuilding. One guy.
We bullied him.
And like, bro, like I'm not gonna sit here and like toot my own horn, but like I knew pretty much everybody in Cincinnati, like, and everyone kind of knew who I was. One person did bodybuilding, and it was like, and no one really like even like was interested in it. You know, the only things that people were interested in, like I said, were high school football, baseball, basketball. Yeah, that was it.
So how come it came to your mind to film the videos?
So
pick back up where you were. You were still in
high school, Ohio, but like
second year college.
Okay. So like I said, I was, you know, doing my construction job for 8 hours a day. Then I was going to coach. Then I was just training, you know, but like training again wasn't like anything. It was just go in, you had chest on Mondays, you worked on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's like what you did. You did all of your body. It was like chest, shoulders, back. And then like seriously, like I never really trained legs, to be honest.
God damn.
I didn't. I promise. Like, and before when you asked me about like, you know, how'd you put size on or whatever, that was a great question, because every fucking time I say that, like, this shit, especially from like the waist down, is genetic. I'm fucking telling you, and I hate throwing that out there, genetics. But it is, because I know how people take that shit nowadays. You know what I'm saying? When people say, oh yeah, it's my genetics, like people are just like, shut the fuck up. You know, like it's not your genetics.
Obviously, you're very, but like,
it is my genetics.
I can never have legs like you, even if I put I don't know what in my body, I can't.
If you put trend into your quads,
it would genetics with like fucking hard ass work, that's when you look like that. You know what I'm saying? There's people that probably have genetics to be like Mr. Olympia, but they'll never know because they don't train. Yeah, it's just under there. You know,
there's something about that Midwest though. This corn-fed like
it is, bro. It is. I'm telling you, it really is. It is like. No shade at it. It's just different everywhere.
You can eat double-decker PB&Js.
Because they're what, like I said, what do you do? What do you do? You don't do... You don't need to look good for anything. You know what I'm saying?
You really Ohio, don't.
Bro. You're in Ohio. You're in Cincinnati. Like,
you're in North Face every day.
It's like... Just no one's doing shit.
So. Right, so you're working 3 jobs. You're fucking doing the coaching and shit.
You're like fucking moving to LA.
When are you posting on social media, and what are you posting?
Okay, so when I was in Ohio, I wasn't posting shit fitness at all.
What was your first platform?
My first platform was
YouTube, IG. Like what'd you start with?
So let me think. I started to use IG in 2012.
Wow. What was the first content?
You were using like filters and
like
shit.
I said, like pulling up the structure. Fucking crazy. I would take gym pictures, but like, bro, these gym pictures horrendous, dude.
Are they still on your page? If we scroll down,
deep fried.
Actually, they might be, bro. I have over like 2,000, but I didn't delete anything, bro. So if you go all the way down,
Valencia, sharpen, fucking
literally sharpen, pull up the structure, all that. But
we're old, bro. We were
the structure. The structure is key. The structure, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Sometimes I was overdoing that shit, and I was like,
it defines you. It defines your muscles.
But no, I wasn't really doing any sort of like social media, because again, social media wasn't a thing. No one really cared. You couldn't make
money like that back then.
No, because I mean, brands who.
True.
Did you even follow anyone on social media? Did you know about anyone?
Yeah. So, that's a perfect way to like kind of, go into this right now. Is after all the jobs that I was doing throughout the day, I'd always find myself coming home, and like, when you're working out that late, you can't really like wind down, even though like my body's like, oh my God, I'm tired. I would always find myself just sitting up at night watching YouTube. I would consume YouTube, but I never did YouTube. I just consumed it. And,
Same, man.
And like the top people I remember, and I was always into fitness. So like, I remember at the time, like there was
Mo Jones,
bro.
Yeah,
he was one. CT Fletcher was another one. Like I would watch that fool, just because his mentality was just like, it's still your fucking set.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what he would always say. Him, and then it was like a combination of a bunch of creators, to be honest. And like, you know, I think that's why I've been able to like, you know, kind of migrate throughout different branches of this industry, kind of like the modeling side, the influencing side, the bodybuilding, the weight training, the strength training, all that shit. Like I've been able to like kind of like fit my way into all of it because I watched tons of people that were different.
Yeah.
CT was different. I watched Christian a lot. Guzman growing up, like he was like,
Everyone
I was
was
like, this
probably,
guy's young. He's fucking, what the hell? Like, how's this guy doing all this shit?
Ferraris and shit.
I think he was probably the first person that I like macros, bro. Like I didn't even know about macros until he started like
that video with the when he was drawing on the sheet of paper, like that fucking video.
I remember
broke it down.
I started eating Power Crunch bars because it's fucking
Same,
full of
bro. Same,
hyping
dude.
the Power Crunch bars. I was like, I need to give me some Power Crunch. So yeah, shout out to Christian for that one. But let's see who else. Who else did I watch a lot? I watched a lot of Steve Cook. I'm not gonna lie.
OG.
He was an OG for sure because like him and Christian were very like informative about what they were doing, and they were kind of
watched him
daily.
too.
You know what I'm saying? They were kind of really daily on the videos. Callum, he was another one. When Callum came up, I think Callum. Yeah, I think Callum deadass was the reason why I moved out here. I'm not gonna lie, like for fitness, because he was posting videos at Gold's, and his videos were different than Christian and Steve's. Steve, they both had like the cinematic vibe going on with like, you know, vlog style stuff, and then Callum was just kind of like a personality that was huge at Gold's. And I'm like, fuck, man.
New Arnold.
I want to, that's what everyone was like kind of comparing him to and shit. And like, I was like, dude, I need to be out at that Gold's gym. Like, I just need to be out there.
Yeah.
And I would find myself coming home and just watching Callum, watching Christian, just going through the fucking list. And then after a while, I was just kind of like manifesting this whole like, I need to be out there. And I've never been out to LA, never been out here on the West Coast at all in my life. Never at all. I'm just like, I just need to come out here. You know what I mean?
Did you move right then? Like,
No.
Okay.
So I was in that realm of thinking of like, yo, that'd be nice, but I can't, you know? Like
it's always self-doubt.
everybody has that like, well, how am I just going to pick up and go? How am I going to just leave and stuff like that? And, you know, I find it super motivating, not to go off track too far, but like, I find it super motivating of all you guys, you know what I mean? That come out here, because you guys all just picked up and came out here and just got to work. You know what I mean? But I do feel like, again, back then the times were a little bit different.
I was going to say, it's a lot. I feel like it was a lot scarier back then. You have a lot of people to look up to that are success stories that dropped everything. Like, you know what? He could do it. I could do it. Yeah. Back then it was like, fuck. Like, is this going to work? I don't even know.
100%. Yeah. That. Back then it was like there wasn't many people doing it either. I said, the people that I listed off were probably the main people on YouTube that were in the fitness industry.
Plus everyone was in different places.
Exactly. So that helped. But you know, I just.
How big was your following at this time when you're considering the move? Was your socials at a point where it made sense?
So social media, again, like we can just throw social media, the idea of that, out of the window. Like I was just like, yo, you
didn't even want to do social media, like, just like be around there.
I don't think it wasn't that I didn't want to do it. I think it was just kind of like, I don't know. Again, I just was like, I can't. I had that like, I can't. Like, I'm not used to this. I'm driving to work in the morning. I'm telling my dad about, oh yeah, this fucking vlog I was watching. This guy. Like, look at this guy. Like, oh, and I remember my dad being like, just old school, you know, like construction guy. Like, you can't make money doing that shit. Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't make money doing that. Like, you come to work with me, I'm paying you $25 an hour. Like, no.
Thanks, Pops.
And I'm just like, and he's like, yeah, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to pay your bills? This and that, you know. Just the old school mind. And so for a while, bro, like, I was literally thinking to myself, like, okay, I mean, I guess this is what it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember to this fucking day, literally being we were doing this restaurant and we were redoing these bathrooms at night, and we had to work at night because they had to stay open. So we had to wait for them to close, and we're in there doing these bathrooms, and I'm like ripping out all the current tile, and I'm like scraping this corner grout joint out of like all this dust and shit. And I'm literally thinking to myself, like, fuck,
This sucks.
This is literally what I'm going to do the rest of my life. Like, I literally am just, this is what I'm doing. And I'm kind of accepting it at this point. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, like, I'm good at this. I'm good at it. Like, I guess I can make money, because at the time I'm making way more money than all my friends.
Yeah.
Because they're still like full-time students, and like, they're really not paying for their college and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
You're making like $300 a day if you're working 8 hours, 25.
yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
I was coming home with some nice paychecks for, you know, being young and working construction.
Right.
So let me think, where was I going with this?
Like the moment that you realize, like, I'm done
don't
doing
wanna
this
do
shit.
this.
Oh yeah. So I was like, so I'm scraping out this grout joint. I'm like, fuck, man, this is what I'm gonna do the rest of my life. Like, I'm convinced, like, and I'm cool with
Okay.
it. I'm cool with it. I'm gonna take Dad's job over, and like, I'm gonna take this company over, and it's gonna be nice.
You're the
And-
most Cali person by accident I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You're just like, yeah, fuck it.
Just been out here
That's
too long.
life, bro.
No, yeah, but so I'm like thinking, yep, this is it, whatever. And then I remember coming to terms being like, all right, my dad was like picking up more help at work and kind of like let me do like my thing. So I was like, cool. So I started to just migrate to the gym more and more and more. And I was just spending my whole fucking day at the gym, because I was like, if I go home, he's going to be like, what are you doing home? Like, why didn't you come to work? And I was just like, let me just stay out. So I would be out. And then that's when I feel like I started really being like, okay, maybe I should start posting some fitness content, because fuck, everybody at the gym is asking me fitness questions. I'm the gym guy. I'm the guy that's
You're
really not
every day there.
going out anymore.
Yeah.
Like with my friends, like I'm not. I'm like, they would all be doing like day drinking. Like they would all rent like hotel rooms like downtown Cincinnati. It was so fucking weird. And then literally like just get fucked up during the day at the pool, and then go out in downtown Cincinnati. And we all lived like 10 minutes away, but like
stay in
they
hotel.
would just book hotel rooms.
Oh, yeah.
The
It's just the
hotel
feeling of being-
pool is where
Yeah,
you
somewhere
kick
else,
it.
yeah.
And they would just get fucked up. And like D and I were just talking about this. Like,
That's insane.
back home, it was like beer. Everyone was drinking beer.
Hell
You know
yeah,
what I mean? And, when we were at the
Hell
1 million
yeah.
party, I remember they brought out the Bud Lights. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I took a little sip. I was like, damn, I haven't tasted beer in a minute. But yeah.
Beer's
So
like sacrilege in
people
fitness,
would pull
bro.
up with their cases of fucking Keystone and shit, and like have a case race. You guys ever hear that?
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
I
case
didn't.
racing. So no,
Keystone
European, bro.
Lager.
so bro,
wine.
so if Joe and I have a case of
A case
30
is 30
beers,
beer.
okay,
We
you
both
guys have a
30.
case of 30 beers.
Okay.
It's basically like ready, go, and like whoever
can drink
finishes
faster?
whoever
30
the team
beers.
that finishes the first
Yeah.
wins. But it's like, what the
nasty.
fuck do you win?
I will die.
You know, you just win
You
like
don't win
a
anything.
fucking headache.
Oh my god.
It is fun though. If you never case race.
But yeah, but so I'm like, I would go down there, hang out with them, not drinking shit, and then just drive back and just be at the gym for the rest of the night. And like, so I'm watching all this content while I'm there, and I'm like trying to post like these people that I'm watching, and it was going somewhere, but it wasn't going anywhere, because like my reach was
Yeah.
my
So what do you got, like
friends.
4K or like 600?
Not even, man. Like I was probably at almost 1,000.
That was probably good at that time. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing though, is like back then, even like when I first got out here, bro, 10K was like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh shit,
yeah.
you got a K, like that's what's up.
Yeah.
But now you know how it is. It's like,
100K is like,
and it's like who actually is
Whoa.
really like got that many followers,
Yeah.
and whose shit is like real and whatever.
And if you had like 900 followers, you're getting almost 900 likes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the people
no,
that follow
exactly,
you actually
because
fucking.
your engagement was 100,
Yeah.
100
Yeah,
piece,
yeah.
for sure.
$900, 900 likes.
But yeah, so I was starting to post like them, and then so like that's basically what I was doing for a little bit. Then I moved out here, and I was like, you know what, fuck it.
Well, why'd you move out
I'm,
here?
I'm moving to do this.
Really?
Literally.
With like a K.
With
followers.
who?
No.
Like,
how that look
Well,
like?
with 1K. Yeah, with
you
1K.
were like, I'm gonna try to make the fitness thing work in LA.
wait, you skipped. Hold on, you skipped like 20 steps.
Yeah, my bad.
So you're scraping this grout. You're like, fuck this. I'm
Oh
done.
shit, yeah, let's take it back.
Did you like the next day go to your dad? Be like, hey, I think I want to do this
It's-
fitness stuff.
Yeah, so I kind of had that conversation with him, and he was just like, all right, well, yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell what happened. And I was just like, yo, I really just kind of want to try to do this. Like, I think I can do it. Everyone's always asking me about questions. Everyone's asking me to write them fucking workouts and shit and like meal plans. And I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, but like
2 PB&Js.
Hey, I looked the part, I guess. You know what I mean? I looked the part. So
What was his reaction?
So he was like, all right, cool, do it. Like, but, and he was big on like, but don't come back to me asking for money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't come back for me asking for a job because I'm going to fill somebody in your place and then you're going to have to figure out something else out.
Yeah.
So he always left that little bit of a, I might be fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if this doesn't work, but I'm glad he was like that. You know what I mean? Because
That push you more, probably.
Yeah,
It
it
takes
really
away your
did.
safety net a little bit.
It really did.
It makes
So-
you make it work.
So yeah, so that's when I was going to the gym and staying at the gym and then learning kind of like just trying to post a little bit like the fitness people and stuff. And this was, I think, the biggest transition for me that really started to get me, get my reach out there. And to be honest, like kind of set me on the right track of knowing how to influence was eventually... I'm really not skipping over too many steps because like we had that conversation, then I was just kind of like doing the gym and then I moved out like that summer, I believe. So it was like a couple months and then I like moved out here and right away I'm like, oh shit, it's expensive and I can't just be at the gym all day because the gym cost $100. You know what I mean?
Did you guys
like,
have the same
be a
money at that
membership.
time? Or
I had a little bit of money saved up, but like not anywhere close to even being able to like pay rent.
Oh,
you know
wow.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Sorry, did you finish college or did you dip
no,
out?
no. So I went 2 years and then I dipped from there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it
Associates.
was like,
Fuck, man. So you really must have believed in yourself because you left
had to.
mid getting your degree, leaving a job that was secure to pursue something and you didn't have a foundation. You were like, I'm just going to figure it out.
nah, yeah. And I feel like, honestly, a lot of shit that I've done my whole life, it's been like that. It's kind of just
Yeah.
been like, all right, throw me into the gauntlet and like
Yo, figure
my
out
job's
how
to
to
come
flow.
out. You know what I'm saying? And my job's to figure out like how to do this and how to climb my way out of this or climb the way to the top of this or whatever the fuck it is. Like,
Makes
that's
you
what
work
I'm gonna
harder.
do.
Where were you staying when you first got out here?
So,
And with who?
fuck, this is gonna get me in trouble. wait. Let's figure out this question. Here, let me.
Just a friend. Stayed with a friend.
Hey, let's go to a break. No, yeah, okay. So
it was a long time ago. It was a long time.
So yeah. But still, this is gonna get me in fucking trouble. I swear to you guys. Here, let me segue into it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when I got out here, okay. So fast forward, I get out here, moved out here. First place I lived was literally in the hood, bro. Like literally the hood. When you think of,
Like Crenshaw?
that's where I lived. I swear to God. Damn. I swear, bro, I was on Crenshaw, bro. Literally right off of Crenshaw Boulevard. And I didn't know where I was. I just knew Crenshaw was like,
And the
you were like,
rent's
I'm in
really
LA.
cheap.
Yeah. But I'm like, I mean, I didn't really realize like the area.
I remember you telling this story. Didn't you become boys with everyone on the street?
Yeah. I'll tell that so quick. But it was funny because again, like here I go,
You're
like
like,
it's
Joe
thrown
Andrews.
into this neighborhood that I have no idea like where I'm at. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
do it.
No, I'm out here, cool, whatever. And the more and more that I'm like staying there, I'm like realizing the shit that's going on in the neighborhood, and I'm just kind of like, once like, I just got to be on high alert, really, around here. And then the neighbor like comes over one day, and oh no, this is the neighbor comes down, and I like got this set of dumbbells, and I'm like just outside in the fucking front little yard, like in
right
the
there.
driveway, like doing some curls and shit, and all of a sudden I turn around, I got headphones on too, so I can't really hear anything. I turn around, I got this homie literally like standing at the fucking gate, and he's just like, and I was just like, I turned around, I was like, what's up? And he goes, what's up? And I was just like, well, you want to work out? And he was like, hey, he's like, why don't you come down and work out at my place? I got weights and everything, and like da. And then we just started like chopping it up a little bit, and I became cool with him. And next thing you know, next time I was outside working out, this fool comes walking down with like grocery bags. I'm not even kidding. And like he gives me fruits, oatmeal, like all this healthy ass shit. And he's like, here, bro. He's like, I respect the grind. And he's like, this is for you. And I was just like, oh shit, I appreciate that. That's what's up. So I thought I had to do something in return, you know, so like gave him a jug of protein. And I was like, oh, here, bro. And then the other neighbor, he eventually starts talking to me too. And he's just like, yo, so where are you training at? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh, down at Gold's Venice. And he's like, oh, I've been down there. And he actually said, have you ever watched Beast Mode Jones? And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, bro, that's my dog. Like, da, 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 da. And then at the end of the street, dude, there was an actual gang. And like 2 houses down from me was a Crip house, like a Crip trap house.
Nice.
I didn't know any of this shit.
2 houses down.
2 houses down from me.
Sure, okay.
And I didn't know any of this until these cops rolled down one day, and they got out of the car, and they were like, I thought something else was going on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And he comes up and he's just like, hey man, you're new in the neighborhood? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, all right, well, just to let you know, like, your street is decent, but like, don't go down this street, don't go down that street. Like, you're in kind of a bad part of town. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
The more and
more.
Damn.
Yeah, because they're constantly just doing circles around there, bro, because it's just gangland.
Yeah.
Like, it's South Central LA, bro. Like, that is...
Grand Theft Auto.
You can't go anywhere, like, and not know that, like, South Central LA, that's, like, Crip Central. Like, you know Nipsey Hussle? Mm-hmm. So his shop was, like, literally 5 minutes from my house.
Oh,
like,
where he got shot, right?
Yeah.
Oh my,
literally.
you live right there?
Bro, I was in the heart of the hood.
That's like bad.
But it was crazy because I would just be walking down the street and people would just be like, what's up? I was like, what's up? Because they were like the big dude. And
I was gonna say, you got respect because you're big.
That's what it was. I guess it was like a little bit of like a prison thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you look like you've been to jail, bro.
Yeah, I'm the big dog on the street, so got the respect.
Feed him some fruit.
Yeah, literally, he gave me fruit and shit. I was like, oh, that's what's up. So I mean, they were always looking out too.
Shout out
like,
fruit guy.
They would always look out. They would just be like, yo, and I felt safe. You know what I'm saying? But here was the kicker: is like everything. From the time I got out here, it was like adversity right off the fucking rip. Like it was, holy shit, how am I going to make money? I have no following on social media, and I'm seeing all these people making fucking buku dollars doing social media. But at the time, there was no like influencers. It was like online coaches in the fitness industry. If you weren't an online coach, it was kind of like, what the fuck are you even doing here? You know what I mean? Like nobody was influencing. No one was getting brand deals. Yeah. Like you were either signed to a team or a company, and that's just who you worked for. Yeah. But there was no brand deals. There wasn't like, oh, here's a water company. Here's a fucking energy drink company. Here's whatever. Yeah. It was literally just like
you were under one roof type thing.
Yeah, and there
like
wasn't
shreds.
many. There wasn't many. Yeah. It was like, I think it was like Gymshark, Alphalete.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was with LiveFit, and it was like, and at the time, bro, LiveFit was huge. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They were big down there. And but now it's like, fuck, bro, there's so many different things. That's what I mean, it just changes. Yeah. But
so
being in the hood.
Did you have a job at that time?
So luckily enough, one of my friends that I actually played high school baseball with, he has been living out here for a minute, and he was going into acting and shit. But he was like, bro, I got a little gig for you if you want it.
I thought he's gonna say I was doing some gang shit.
Yeah, I actually I just got initiated into a gang and then it fucking got me here. So no, yeah, that would be a good little clickbait thing. Just be like, oh yeah, so when I first got out of here, I joined a gang and
selling drugs for protein,
and then so I basically had a free ride to where I'm at. No, I'm just kidding. But so I was get out here. I'm living in the hood. Fucking my buddy from high school, he hits me up. He's like, I got a little gig for you if you want it. It's working security in downtown LA at this brewery. So I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, like let me get that. So I'm working security at this point, and those hours suck. Those hours are literally like 9 to fucking 3 a.m. Oh. And then you're off. But it's like, you still got to do all that grind. But I'm so used to it. I'm like, whatever, this is cool. I'll do this. And then that led into another opportunity where I started to work security at the nightclubs in Hollywood, which was night and day from the brewery. Like it was like you had to wear a full ass suit and have the earphone and all this shit. Where the brewery was like you wear jeans and a t-shirt. You're just checking IDs. So I was doing that. I was running security for a while. But again,
that's low-key scary also a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Because especially up there in Hollywood, I wouldn't so much say downtown, even though you would think downtown. But downtown's just more sports fans that come in, and you're dealing with more just drunk people, you know?
It's the wrong crowd. Just drunk, sloppy people.
Exactly. Yeah. But like the Hollywood life, like you want to talk about hours, bro, you had to be there at 9. And you might not get out of there until like 5, 6 a.m. because people just stay. And then when there's celebrities coming in, it's like they stay until everybody's gone. And then like you got to wait and then escort them out basically. So it was an experience doing that. And I'm glad I did. But I knew I had to get the fuck out of that. Like if I wanted to do anything in fitness, because I was finding myself just being tired as fuck all day. So I was like, I need to stop doing this. So I was like, all right, well, let's quit doing this and figure out something else. So I was like jobless for a little bit. And that's when I started to be like, okay, I need to do online coaching because everybody in the fitness space is doing online coaching and they're making a lot of money, 6 figures. Like I'm a 6-figure fucking online coach and like all this shit. I'm like, how the fuck are you making 6 figures selling programs? You know, but like, then I realized that people have teams working for them and like all this other shit. And I'm just like, it's a big learning process. I remember going to this birthday party. Do you guys know Brian DaCosta?
Yeah.
So,
San Diego. He's from San Diego, right?
Fuck no. He's I don't know where he's in Denver now, but he was out here.
Okay.
But he was like one of my first friends ever at Gold's. I was like, fuck, I don't know anybody. I'm coming here by myself. I see him and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to go up and be like, oh, what's up? I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm here. I was just like, yo, what's up, bro? I see you on Instagram and shit. Like, I'm Joe. I just moved out here. And he was just like, oh shit, me too. I was like, oh fuck, from where? And he's like, West Virginia. And I was like, shit, I'm from Ohio. So like, we had like an instant bond. He's like, here, take my number, hit me up, let's work out.
Let's have 3 of us also similar to that.
And I was like, he's like, here, take my number, hit me up, let's get a workout in. I go back to my house, so cool. I'm like, long shot here, you know, like, cause there's times I know when I'll be like, yo, let's work out, like to a homie or something, and then I'm just kind of like, I just said that, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even realize I fucking said that, but like, then they're texting me like, bro, when do you want to work out? And I'm just like, oh shit. No, but so I hit him up and he's like, yeah, come through. So we started like working out, and then he was like, you mind if I film this? Cause at the time he was doing YouTube. And then, so that's kind of where I started to get my feet wet with like the influencing and everything else, because again, nobody's fucking doing this. Nobody's walking around with a camera like this unless you're literally like a YouTube vlogger, not a fitness person.
Did he have in that time bigger following?
So he was growing. I think he had like 40K, which was big.
That was huge.
Because he was dating Amanda Bucci at the time. I don't know if you guys remember her, but she was pretty big. She was pretty big. She was like up there with like just like being like the online coach chick, you know, of the fucking of fitness. So he was learning a lot from her. So I was kind of like picking his brain a little bit. And I remember we filmed a video, and then after that we started like working out a little bit. Then he invited me to his birthday grill out thing down there in Venice. And like I pulled up and there was a bunch of people that I remember seeing there, also on social media as well, like doing the fitness stuff, but everyone's an online coach or sponsored by a brand. And I'm not. I'm literally in my fucking security.
But there's the environment that you want to be in.
Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm going to head out. I got to go fucking work. And all these people are just like counting their macros, like fucking weighing out their food at the grill out and shit. And, but they put me on the spot. Like we're all sitting there and they all know each other and nobody knows me. And he's like, so what do you want to do out here? And I was just like, something in fitness. And he goes, bro, you need to know what you want to do out here. Like, you can't say, you want to do something in fitness. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to compete? Do you want to be an online coach? Do you want to do, like,
sweat
what?
Videos?
What do you want to do? Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh man, I guess I got to think about it. And he's like, yeah, think about it. He's like, and we're all here to help you if, you know, whatever you need. And I was just like, oh shit.
That's cool. Yeah.
So to this day, I will say that Brian, he was like the first one to tell me at Gold's, he was like, I would always put up my like workout slider videos. I would take them on the story and I'd just like prop them up somewhere and fucking take them and put them on my story with like 4x12 lat pull downs. The next one would be like bench press. And he was like, bro, save all these and put them into a swipe post. Make a post of this.
The origins.
That's where it came, bro. I swear. And so I was like,
You're like,
I was like, what? I was like, no, I don't want to do that. But like, all right, fuck it. I guess I will. And I remember, bro, like I literally remember my very first swipe workout. Like I know exactly what I was wearing. I know exactly what the thumbnail was.
What was the workout? What was the workout?
It was a back workout. And it was literally at Gold's. And my thumbnail was literally on the low row, right by that little like forearm machine and the fucking cables. And I was like, just the dumbest looking thumbnail, but like, hey,
should snap though.
Hey, whatever. I didn't know you could even set a cover. Huh?
Did it work? Like in a way of engagement?
So right off the rip, it didn't, and I was just kind of like, why did I do that? But he was like, bro, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Like I promise you, like just keep doing it. So I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it. And then soon enough, like all of a sudden I started like gaining a couple more followers. And I was like, oh shit, this is kind of working. People that I don't know anymore are commenting on my stuff. And I'm like, well, who are these people? So I'm commenting back. And like, I'm just like on a high now. Like, I'm like, holy shit, this is working. Like
something's going on.
What the fuck? So, moving forward, I'm like, like I said, adversity just kept fucking hitting me, bro. And like, I saw your story the other day when your car, you get a fucking flat tire or whatever, bro. This was literally like, that was like story of my life. It was like one good thing happened and then bad, and then good, and then bad. Yeah. And it was just like, what the fuck, man? And I remember my car, like at the time, like completely just took a shit. Like the engine and everything just broke down because my whole life, like never had anything new. Like it was always just like a used fucking car dealership on the fucking corner in Cincinnati. And my dad would be like, take that one, let's go.
It's a fucking lemon.
Yeah, and it always had problems and you had to fix it up and shit, but like that's what you get, right? So car takes a shit. I'm like, whoa, how the fuck am I gonna fix this? It's like $3,000 to like put a new engine in this.
Yeah. And to be clear, you're not like financially, you're just you're full, right?
Just there, like hanging on. Okay. And I'm like, well, can't do this. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So again, I'm just fucking programs. Instead of putting the swipes on my story, I was making like little flyers for like a 4-week program, like $50 and shit like that, you know? And like, I was getting people like buying them now because my swipe workouts were like working, or people were like seeing it and they're just like, oh, whoa, who's this guy? He's got a physique. Never seen him. He's not a YouTuber and shit, like, oh, and he's relatable. And I think that's a key too. And if we have time, we'll get to that.
No, go ahead.
I think that's the biggest key, is being relatable, but we'll come back. So that was like my thing, is like people were just like, damn, he does respond. He does get back to you. Like I can talk to this guy. Good thing happens, bad thing happens, right? So my car takes a shit, $3,000 to fix the engine. Can't do that. So what did I do? Bro, I think this is where it started, and it was like
OnlyFans.
Bro, if that was a thing at the time, we might have had it down. No, I'm just kidding. No, so kinda. I was literally, and taking mine again, I'm in the hood, right? So my car shits, breaks down, can't go anywhere. Bro, I was literally, y'all seen the Expo line, right? That drops you off at Santa Monica, like right there by the pier. That's where the stop is, but it will run all the way to like Hollywood. There's different lines. There's like the yellow line, the blue line, whatever, but they're all Expo trains. I literally would walk from my house to the Expo train in the hood, sit there, wait for the Expo train to come, get on the train, ride it to Santa Monica, get off at Santa Monica, walk like 1.5 miles to fucking Gold's Venice, work out. Now listen, this is how I was getting my content. I didn't have a fucking tripod, because I'm looking at a tripod like that. I'm like, well, fuck, I mean, 15, 20, I mean, that's probably more money, but like those little cheap ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, $10 at the time, like I can't fucking do that. Like, and that's crazy to think. Like, I couldn't do that. I was scrounging money for fucking gas when I did have a car. Like, paying with like fucking pennies and like all my change in the fucking cup holder and stuff.
For gas.
And I was like, so $10 for a fucking tripod was not in the question. So I fucking found one of those like suction cup GPS phone holders, like for your car, like your windshield, and you suction cup it on. Bro, I would take that shit with me to Gold's, and I swear on everything, I used to put it up on the mirror, like suction cup that thing to the mirror at Gold's, and be like this. on like the front cam, like doing my workouts because I had to get it filmed. I had nobody out here, and I wasn't gonna go ask anybody to help me.
What phone did you use?
I think at the time it was like iPhone 5. Fucking
3 or 4.
Dude, I don't even know what it was. I mean, I'm still rocking the iPhone
They even had a
12
front
right now,
camera.
I think.
Is that time?
Yeah, it was a little iPhone.
That's crazy.
It's like
That's
it was
crazy,
little, but yeah. So I was doing that. I was recording the workouts off my iPhone and posting them. You know, the quality was shit, but at least I was like posting something. And at the time, no one was posting content with a camera on Instagram. Anyone who had a camera was YouTubing.
Yeah.
Like that was it. Like nobody had a camera to just do Instagram.
Yeah.
And so the quality really didn't fucking matter. It was more just like quantity. And if you had quantity, you were going to be seen. And I always told people, and I still do, like at expos and stuff, that people come up and they'll be like, yo, how do I fucking grow? How do I do this? How do I? I'm like, yo, put out as much fucking content as you can. Just keep fucking posting it. And consistency is key on everything. We all know that.
Yep.
You push it out because, like, think about it. If I have fucking, I don't know, 10 marbles right now, and I just push them all like this, and there's a fucking hole right there, it's probably a better chance that a couple of them are going to go into that instead of if I just have one. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I thought about that. And I was just like, all right, cool. I'm just going to overflow everyone that follows me with content until I get on this fucking explore page, and then it's game over. Because I feel like just these exercises that I'm doing, just the way my
fucking sick.
yeah, and
Like,
I started to like learn that like, hey, I have a physique that like I have legs that like a lot of people don't have, you know, and like let those work for me. So a lot of my posting, and this is where I started to like learn the game, you know, because it was like, what's working for you, push that. You know, what is good like for you, what works for you.
Shredded,
You know what?
Stupid shred.
The hardest thing ever.
What's crazy is like it sounds so simple, but I genuinely remember the first time I saw a photo of you and your quad, and I was genuinely like, "What the fuck is that?" And that's what made me click on your profile, and that's what made me follow you. You're like just you and your fucking crazy physique, like getting in front of people is enough intrigue for people to be like, I want to follow this guy because I want to know how the fuck he looks like that.
Yeah, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, and it's crazy because some people back home before all this, they would be like, dude, you could probably get sponsored just straight off your legs. And I was like, it's getting sponsored. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know how to do that. You know? I don't know how to do it.
Let's transition to that actually.
Yeah. So getting sponsored, this is a great way to like transition to that because like pretty much comes next. So I'm on this grind. I'm trying to figure out like, you know, what's good. Like how do I get with a brand? Because I need to make some money.
You still don't have a car.
Still don't have a car. Still riding the train or hitching a ride from somebody.
Still
you know
putting porn on the mirror.
Calling an Uber. Yeah. Still no tripod, nothing. And so I'm going to the gym and I'm like just posting everything. And then I was like, all right, how do I get with a fucking brand? So I started talking to some of my friends who, like Brian and a couple other people who were with brands. And I'm like, yo, how did that happen? Like, really, how did it happen? Did they reach out to you? Do you reach out to them? What do you do? Is it a waiting game? Do you just wait? And he was like, everybody kind of had a common like response where it was like, what you need to do is you need to find one brand that aligns with you, you know, and like your style, your vibe, whatever it is. And that's where I feel like you're going to have a better chance. And if, you know, you have to kind of support the brand first. So like buy something and just wear it, tag them, and, you know, just keep doing that. So I shit you not, at the time I was just like, I was looking around. I'm like, oh, okay, Gymshark. They're kind of like just too big, like too like out there, and like I'm just like, and plus it's not really even my fucking vibe. Everyone wants to be with them and shit, but it's like, yo, this is not me. Yeah, like I'm not this like, you know, just whatever the fuck. Like I'm literally.
So you pull off this look. This is fucking
like I'm
dope,
like all
bro.
black. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my look, and like the only brand that really had that at the time was Lift It, and I was like, and I knew a couple people from Lift It.
Sorry, what was your following at that time?
Probably not even 5K.
Okay.
So I'm probably at like nearing 5K, like 4,000 maybe. And so I'm like, again, that was a big thing. I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna fucking get sponsored. I don't have a following, you know? And I understand that that's what brands want. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to keep posting. I bought two things from Lift It. I bought a shirt and a pair of shorts. And and literally would wear those fucking same things almost every fucking day. I swear, and literally post every day like something, a story, whatever it was, tagging them, and always like just flexing my legs, right? Because that was what was working for me. Everyone was responding like, "Oh my god, your legs, bro," and I'll never forget. I remember just being down in Venice, riding the train down there, and I was just like, got done with my workout. It was like summertime-ish. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm just gonna go to the beach and just kind of like decompress and try to just get grounded again, because like I'm starting to stress out, because like I don't know what's going on. I'm looking around and everyone's life seems to be fucking amazing out here, and like I'm just like, damn, I might have to go home. I'm thinking,
start questioning a little bit.
So I'm thinking to myself like, fuck, I don't know what to do. And I start getting like super, super depressed. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like depressed for like 6 months while I was out here. When I first moved out, like the first 6 months, I was literally like playing this game. Like, should I come home? Should I go back home?
That was me.
Should I leave? Should I stay? But if I stay, like I'm gonna spend all my money, and I don't have any money to like spend like that, you know, or just like blow away on like an empty opportunity. So, you know, I'm playing this game back and forth, and I'm like depressed. And then, bro, I got the worst phone call of my fucking life. I'm literally wake up one morning and I'm just sitting there on the couch. I get a phone call from my mom crying. I'm like, what is good? Like, what's wrong? And she was like, they found your dad. So I get a phone call saying that my dad passed away. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And so like at that time, I'm literally like just fucked in the head. I'm literally like, I have to go home.
That was at the same time you were depressed and everything.
Yes. So that was like my like, there's my answer. Yeah. I'm going home. Like, cool, I'm out of here. And so I remember going back and forth from home back, going home to like be with mom and the family during that time, and then coming back because like all my shit was here, and then like being like, fuck, let me go back. And then my buddy from back home, he had a construction business. And he was like, bro, he was like flipping houses and shit. And he's like, bro, I'll put you like full time. You can fucking run this part of the business, like the demo, go in there, demo the whole thing. And then I'll just hire a team to come in and like redo it. But like name your salary, like I'll pay it. And at the time I'm thinking to myself like, oh shit. And he's like, bro, he literally goes, I'll give you 30K like a year to do this. And bro, I'm thinking, holy fuck, 30K, like, yeah, let's go, you know?
At that time especially, you're like,
yeah,
fuck, I need
yeah.
that.
So I'm like, all right, that sounds about like what's gonna be the plan.
Fuck.
But bro, I swear to you, I literally, for some reason, when I was back home, and I worked on 2 jobs for him, and kind of like was the main contractor there, like doing the whole thing. And I was thinking the whole time, I was like, damn, it took me right back to that fucking corner that I was scraping the grout joints out at. And I was like, damn, I told myself that I was never going to fucking do this when I moved out there or come back to this. And now here I am. So I'm feeling a little uneasy about like life and just like where I'm at, and like just feeling like I'm backtracking again. So I told myself, I was like, and it was hard because he was one of my best friends, it still is. I was like, yo, I feel like I just need to go back out, and I just need to give this another try. Like one last try. Doesn't fucking work, I'm coming back. We're running this thing, and we'll take it to the moon, you know? And so I come back out. I hit up my boy Elliot, who I played baseball with, who was working at the brewery. I'm like, yo, let me get that job. I'm gonna work as much as you want me to. Like, I'll work daytime even too, like when Dodger games were going on and shit. And I remember, bro, this was the switch. I'm sitting, there was like a ramp, and I'm like sitting there on the ramp, just like overlooking the floor. And he comes over to me and he's just like, damn, he's like, I'm sorry to hear about your dad and stuff. I was just like, yeah, no, man, it's fucking crazy. Like my head's everywhere. And he's just like, yeah, he's like, fuck. He's like, if you have to like move back, like I understand, like, trust me, we don't need you to be here and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm going to give it one last try. And he's like, what are you going to do? And I was like, social media. And he was just like, what are you going to do? And I was just like, honestly, I don't know, but I'm going to fucking post every single day. I'm going to make a post every fucking day. And it's going to be a workout post, because that's what people want from me. And it's going to happen every fucking day. No days off. So literally the next day, I remember going to Gold's, getting that workout, and then filming 2 workouts. So I was ahead of myself. So I didn't have to stress about it. And I filmed 2 workouts, posted the one, then I had the one for the next day. But I was training that day too. So I was just always had backup content, you know what I mean? And for a fucking year straight, I posted for a year straight. Now come about and that was the start of the fucking new year. So that was in January. I posted every day for 2 months. It got to be the end of March. And that's where I'll pick back up, where I'm back down at Gold's. I'm posting, I'm tagging LiveFit, and all of a sudden I get a DM from Randall, the owner. And he goes, yo, bro, where are you based out of? And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, what is based out of mean?
Whatever you want, bro.
Like, should I say Ohio or like here? I don't fucking know. And I'm like, LA. And he was like, oh, dope. Our HQ's in Huntington. You should come down for a shoot. And I was just like, tell me when. Like, when? And he was like, Friday. And I think at the time it was like Wednesday or something. I was like, that's where I'm going. Fuck yeah. So I remember going down there and then kind of just like cruising around with him, getting to know each other a little bit, did a little bit of a shoot. And then after that, it was just kind of like, I was just motivated because the next day they sent me an email and they're like, we want to bring you on as like an ambassador, X, Y, and Z. And like, bro, you know, like I still wasn't getting paid.
You got like less than 10K still?
Still less than 10K. I'm just ambassador right now, you know, because at the time,
but something's going on.
Yeah. But I have something, exactly, something going for me. So I'm fucking like, oh, cool. Hell yeah. I got some gear now from them. Like I can wear this. I don't have to wear the same shit. And so I'm posting. And that now I'm trying to figure out too. I felt like I needed to do more, but I really didn't. Now that I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I really didn't have to do all that. But like, I was trying to be like that online coach vibe that was all like, hey guys, like I'm an online coach, like, and like, this is my fucking workout programs and shit. Yeah. And like, I was trying to do that, but then I was also trying to have still that mentality of like that CT Fletcher at the gym. And those two are just not working because the people that want to be coached don't want to be coached by somebody like that because they're just intimidated. Yeah. And so I was just like, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? And another turning point, I was like, all right, I'm going to just be done watching fitness people altogether. Done. Always consumed YouTube, but I was done with that. I deadass started watching Jake and Logan Paul. I'm not kidding, because they were from Ohio, and I remember hearing about them because they went to OU, or Logan, I think. Yeah, Logan went to OU, which was like the party school in Ohio. Everyone would go there and shit to like party. And I remember he went there, and they like their names were big. So like, while I'm out here, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna start watching them, because I'm hearing this shit that like these guys are making $40,000 a day on YouTube, a day, and they're posting every day. So I'm like, okay, I kind of relate because they're posting every day. I'm posting every day. They're making this much money off of a YouTube video. How the fuck are they doing that? And then I find out that like either collectively or at the same, like each one of them had their merch lines, and they were making $120,000 a day off of merchandise. And they were posting every day again. So I'm thinking, all right, obviously those numbers aren't going to come to me, but like I can pick up some sort of tactic that they're doing. Sure. So I'm watching them and I'm studying, and I'm a big person. I'm just like observing people, and like, obviously and honestly, like successful people, I'm really big on just observing the way they move, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves and everything else. And I was watching their vlogs, and every single time they were plugging anything, I was just like, okay, where's their energy? How are they talking to the camera? Like, what are they doing? Who do they got repping their stuff? Everyone had a cast behind them. So they also had, you know, you had all of you guys repping the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. So now you have a cast that, like, you know, we could all be sitting here on camera, and not everybody watching this is going to fuck with me. They might fuck with Harry. They might fuck with Dorian. They might fuck with you more. You know what I mean? But you have that cast. But imagine if you have on the same brand, or you have on my brand, it's going to sell. Sure. So, and the way they were like, you know, just talking about the merch and everything else and this and that, and whatever they came out with, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to take this energy, and I'm going to bring that into the fitness realm, because nobody in the fitness realm has a personality besides these big YouTubers who are already who they are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they already made it, and they're doing what they do. But nobody in this realm of these online coaches and like fitness competitors and this and that, no one really had a personality. They were all just focused on like either training or clients. That was it. So I was like, all right, bet I'm going to fucking get a camera and fucking start doing this. Well, couldn't get a camera, so I just did my phone. And it was just like, yo, and it was super fucking obnoxious and cheesy and corny and all that shit, but like it fucking worked.
You were selling the Live Fit stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, and thinking back, I'm like, damn, some of the shit that I was selling and like selling out, it was like, yo, if I can fucking sell that, I can sell anything, you know? And, but like, it was just the way you talked about it, the way you wore it, the way you styled it, whatever it was. And it was like, you just grabbed that attention from the audience, and it was being relatable. And that's like where I'm going to pick up with that is if you're relatable, if you know your audience, if you know what they want and you're relatable to them, you don't put yourself bigger than them. You don't put yourself as like, oh, I got a fucking million followers and like this kid has 1,200. Who are you talking to me? Like, come on. Like, those are the people that fucking go nowhere. Being relatable to your audience is going to take you wherever the fuck you want, because literally that's all people want. People want to feel connected. People want to hear you. You know, when they hear you, they feel more connected. So when you're putting up stories, talk on your stories. You know what I'm saying? Because people, like, think about it. If you put up a story of just like this and put like podcast, like people are probably just going to like tap through that. But if you start talking and it's like, yo, da-da-da, like you already like got their attention, and it's like, okay, it works. Maybe not this time in this day and age, it might not work because it's super saturated. Like there's so many fucking people doing this shit now.
Even more so then. Maybe it's even more important then to make sure you have a captive audience. Because if you're not doing it, someone else is.
Exactly. So that's like how I talk to my audience, man. I just literally fucking was super energetic, and sooner or later got more people like reaching out to me saying, yo, I follow you because of your energy or your style or this or that or whatever the fuck it is, and not fitness, like at all. Like you post great workouts, but like I'm not here for that. And I'm like, damn, all right, cool. I got something going now, you know? And like that just reflected in everything else I did. So those people, and still today, I have, bro, like when I made the YoungLA post on the last drop, bro, my DMs were flooded with people saying like, bro, been here from the start, from the Live Fit to the all the way up to here. And they're like, and now on to YoungLA, let's fucking go. And like people are just so stoked about this. And like I don't want to like fast forward too far, but like this is where I know like YoungLA and being a part of this brand and like getting started with you guys and shit is like where I'm supposed to be. Just the vibe, the people, the attitudes that everybody fucking has. Like it's just a help. Like let's all fucking kill it. Let's all win. Let's all get to the top. What do you need? Let's help you. You know, and everyone's got each other's back, where I feel like in the past it was kind of like, you know, people were in those positions for something. It was like, oh, I'm here to get clout. I'm here to like just get a paycheck. I'm here for whatever. But like from the start, like I just said on the way in, like Joe Aesthetics, first time I ever met the guy ever at the 1 million party. Shout out Joe Aesthetics. I'm going to keep shout out everybody. Shout out. No, but yeah, first time I ever met him, he sends me a personal video, literally, that says, hey bro, you need to do this and give me all these advices about like Instagram and like posting and this and that. And I'm just like, yo, what? Like, this is insane. Someone that big and that like, honestly, like iconic, like the dude's, I've known this guy like without knowing him forever. Like he was just like the crazy, freaky, aesthetic dude. And for him to just reach out and do that, and I was just like, holy shit, this is dope. And then going to the 1 million party and like Gary and everybody, like even living at the Q and meeting Brandon and Madrid and like all them, and like they're all just like, everybody's just like, it feels like a family, bro. And yeah, there's no place I'd rather be, to be honest. I think I got all my ducks in a fucking line now because
Joe Andrews.
Yeah, Coach Joe Andrews, you know. Yeah, but
that's sick, bro.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I skipped over a bunch of shit, but the gist of like that and like getting to where I'm at is like, yo, be prepared for your ups and downs. Nobody is gonna make it to where they're at without it, you know, dude, because
especially in this world,
it's
and this day and age,
you were at like a low point in your life, like, and then it dug you even deeper, and you still had to pick yourself up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this one more time, and that's what pushed you over the edge. And had you given up after that second fucking blow of hearing from about your family, bro. Like, had you given that up, you might still be fucking making 30K demoing. Yeah. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just goes to show you guys that it literally is like that fucking meme of the miner who's like the miner that gives up right one strike away. You're like, you never fucking know if that's you. So
you never quit.
Don't fucking quit.
Never quit, never stop. Honestly, if you got something going good for you, I'm gonna look right into the fucking camera when I say this. If you find what you're good at, honestly, find something that you're fucking good at and just do that shit every day, post about it, because the world spins around content these days. So if you want to pop off, don't be doing some shit that like you see other people doing, because if it doesn't come true to you, you're going to get burnt out. I'm going to tell you that 100%, like you just will, because it's not you. Find something that you really fucking like to do. And if you're good at it, that's a plus. You can always get better, but just be very fucking consistent. And I promise you, sooner or later, it's going to break. You weed out the people that make it, because those are the people that don't stop. And anyone that has fucking made it or climbed to the top will tell you that, you know, everybody's trying to get there, but like not everybody fucking continues to go there. You know what I'm saying? They'll stop. They'll be like, fuck this. It's too hard. I got to move back. Excuses. And like, sometimes it is. But like, when I look back on it, I'm literally like, damn, I had the fucking biggest excuse ever. Like, I lost a parent. I could have easily been like, fuck this.
And everyone around you was saying, hey, bro, we get it. Like, we get it. You don't
Everybody was supportive of me coming back.
I got you a job.
Literally. Yeah. And like, I was just like, there's something in me that's telling me that like, I can't fucking go back. I can't go backwards. I just got to figure something out here. And what do you know? It was just like that minor thing, you know? It was like, boom. I came this fucking far. Yeah. And all it took was a couple more fucking hits and boom, here we go, you know? Dude, it's honestly, insane.
Man, I love your story's great, bro.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know most of that. It's fun.
Yeah, not many people do. Not many people do, to be honest.
Dude, honestly, we got to run this back again, because I feel like there's so much there.
That was part one.
Yeah. Seriously, bro, I got a fucking story, and like, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people don't, because I don't really share that type of shit, and a lot of people say I should, and a lot of people are just like, no, just keep doing what you're doing. But like, no, bro, it is good to hear that, because you know. When viewers like see shit like this, and they see people out living in LA, doing this, doing that, lifting at golds, lifting outside, oh, it's a luxury, this, all that, like, you always just think like, oh, it must be nice. But like, the thing is like, ain't shit nice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you got to fucking work your ass off to get where you're at. And it's a grind.
That's what this podcast is all about, dude. It's about like, how did these people who have made it get to this point, bro? Yeah. And you're right. Like, from the outside looking in, it's so easy to be like, oh, easy for them or whatever. But bro, like, if you're sitting at home listening to this and you haven't, not that you need to go through shit, but like, there's a lot more shit you got to get through before you can sit at a table like this and be like, I had shit I went through.
And if you didn't, you're gonna.
Yeah, and bro, a lot of people, I bet a lot of people don't know any of this shit, and you're gonna gain more respect than you've ever gained in your life after people hearing this, because now they're gonna really relate to you.
Yeah,
they think they related to you. Now it's like, holy shit! Now I didn't know this.
Bro, it's so true, honestly.
That's how me and you connected, bro. Remember, we were talking about first photo shoot ever. That's how me and you connected. We were talking about our life stories, bro.
Yeah, it is, and that's what brings people together. You know, because fuck,
people don't think their story is important enough to share, or they don't think anyone cares. You know, but you putting all this shit out there, bro, people are gonna watch this and be like, holy fuck, dude, I can relate so much to Joe Andrews, bro. Like,
bro, yeah.
I don't know any of this about you, bro.
Honestly, I feel like, that's everyone's fucking shit that they are just like, their excuse roots from just what they've been through and like, or what they're going through. And they're just like, can't do it.
Let me just like accept the cards I was dealt.
But it's, if you fucking really want it, you're not going to stop doing it. Imagine the one thing that you want to do and somebody told you, you can do this. You just got to fucking do it every day. Would you do it? Yeah. Would you do it? Because if you did, I guarantee you it would come easy to you. It wouldn't feel like fucking work. You would enjoy it. And with all that being said, guess where you're going to fucking be in a couple years if you just keep fucking doing it. Don't stop. Just don't stop. Whatever you do, don't stop.
Fuck yeah, bro. I'm going to get the live ready here.
Sweet. I have
a... record it?
Yeah, I have a question, bro. What was it like when you got your first car after you were going so long without it? How did that happen? Shit. Where did you go? What was that?
Bro, so The very first car that I ever got myself was my truck.
Really?
Right there, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
That's sick.
And that was something that, like, to be honest, I've always wanted a truck my whole life. And coming out here, like, a lot of people would tell you, like, oh, getting a truck is stupid in LA, but like, it's a mid-sized truck. It's a Tacoma, you know what I'm saying? But like, the thing about the thing about Tacomas is you can build those things up to make them look sick, you know, and they're easy on gas because they're V6, but fuck it, you don't need anything. Yeah, bro, I don't need to be spending $200 on gas. You know, even though we can do that nowadays, you're just not going to do that. But yeah, first
that was the time. That truck is what you bought.
Yeah,
dude,
and that came like years later. You know what I'm saying? It was just a grind of, I mean, I just got used to kind of like living, I don't know, below average, I guess, or whatever you want to call that. I just got used to living that way,
grinding
in the mud and just like really fucking liking it. And nowadays, bro, I'm going to be honest, with everything that we've done, everywhere that we've been, the things that, you know, how far we've grown and shit, I legit like, I don't know. I'm all distracted. Hold on.
We're talking about your car and you accepted it.
So after all the things that you saw
like
and experienced now, we were talking about that. You were always living under the standard, but now when you experience everything.
So nowadays, bro, literally that I almost feel that now that I've like, you know, grown to a part of my life that like, I mean, you can go to the store and fucking go to the grocery store and not really have to like look at fucking, you just get what you want, you know, just get what you need, get out. Don't need to be like, oh fuck, this is too much money. Dude, you know, this, so bro, I literally have not checked a fucking price on anything at the grocery in 2 years.
Dude, that's so big.
And same with like shopping and shit, unless it's like shoes and like things that are like $500 to $1,000, and it's like, okay,
I might check the price.
Yeah, but like when it's just your average stuff, like it's like whatever you can go get. But I'm gonna be honest, I like living and like operating under pressure and kind of like in that fight or flight mode. I think I work better. I think I don't know, I think better, and everything else in my life is just kind of like, it's just on pace. You know what I mean? Because when I get comfortable, I've never really been comfortable. So like when I am comfortable and I'm like, oh shit, I'm living in a luxury apartment, the luxury apartment of Woodland Hills. I'm fucking driving this truck that's built up. Whatever, like all this other shit. I'm just like, damn. Almost like, okay, yeah, it'd be nice to like, you know, have more, but like, what do I do now? Like, I'm pretty much cool. I'm chilling. And I like that fucking little bit of like, what now? Yeah. And honestly, I think that's what kind of joining YoungLA gave me is a little bit of fire back, because, you know, I'm like, I could have went this place, that place, and honestly taken like a fucking way bigger paycheck. Literally. But like, there was, again, coming back to this brand, bro, and just what it's about. I was like, this isn't about money anymore. This isn't about money. This is about relationships. This is about being around people who are also hungry and who are also working and grinding and everything else. I mean, you just came from a shoot down in Venice, right? Yeah. Exactly. Like, and now you're here, you know, like people are doing things and shit. And it's not just like sitting around, like waiting for the next paycheck, you know, because you're getting a bag because you're here or there. But this is like, let's get to fucking work.
You want to shoot,
and that's
bro.
what I want.
You want to be there.
Exactly. And like, that's what makes me tick, bro.
I'm fucking amped up, man. Fuck.
I know, I'm about to do some push-ups.
Also, by the way, we weren't on our phones. We were trying to go live, but I tried 3 times, not working.
No worries.
But it's all right. But bro, I was gonna say, like, YoungLA, dude, we're playing the long game. Like, I got this shit tat on me, bro. Like,
fuck yeah, bro.
I love YoungLA. I love my friends. I love Gary. Like, I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. But it's also like, dude, who else would I want to work for? We're all part of this one team. We're all under the same roof. We're gonna all be in one gym together. It's like, how much more could you want? Start a YouTube. Guess what? You have all these friends and athletes to collab with. You have all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just. It's so much more than just fucking clothes, bro. Like, people don't get it. That's why we love promoting it. Our stories are always YoungLA because we fucking love it. Like, we love repping it.
Bro, I was fucking buying this shit before I was even on the team. I'm gonna be real. I was like, I remember texting you and I was like, bro, I used your code. And it was like literally like a couple months ago. Like I was like literally buying YoungLA shit.
Bro,
when like, and this is another thing. This is another thing that like, you know, people should hear. Y'all would like look at like where I'm at, the people that like know who I am and shit. And like the stereotype would be, oh yeah, they'd probably just send him the shit. They probably do this and that. But like, I'm going to be real. There's a lot of things that I still buy and support of homies. You know what I'm saying? Like using discount codes of you guys. Like even when I wasn't on YoungLA, I'm fucking buying YoungLA shit, using your guys' discounts because that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like other things that like I would just get online and buy that I wasn't a part of the brand, but it was just the fact that like, I see what you guys are doing and I just want to support that. And now being a part of it, it's like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I knew that right when we first started like getting together, working out, getting to know each other. I was like, dude, this dude needs to be here because and it's not like the way that I saw it is like, I didn't see YoungLA being a good fit for you necessarily. Is I saw you being a good fit for YoungLA.
Dude,
like
fuck yeah.
You being an addition to the team makes the team so much better.
Yes.
And you are one of those people that I want everyone to aspire to be like in a lot of ways. Damn. And so you're adding more to the team than I think that you know.
100%,
Damn,
bro.
thank you, bro.
Seriously.
Thank you. Damn. I got the chills, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate
Dude,
it.
I literally DM'd Gary as soon as the day we got you. I was like, bro, let's fucking go. I was like, we gotta set up a shoot ASAP. Like Joe and Johnny, I need both of them in front of me.
Oh, Johnny
in front
Lee.
of my camera, like at the same time.
Shout out Johnny Lee.
But
That's
dude,
my boy.
this is like
Pause.
we could go all night. I swear to God, bro. But like, this is like we need like a 2-part for your pod.
Because we didn't even get into Jaxxon or anything. Like we got to
I know.
Yeah. Well,
it's crazy because I spoke to Elliot before the pod and I was like, I want to name this the Joe Andrew story. Dude, and that's exactly what it was. This was the Joe Andrew story.
That was the beginning. That was the beginning. That was how we got here. You can jump on a lot of podcasts and like there's different podcasts and stuff and they're centered around bodybuilding, nutrition, this, that, whatever. This story, like, I honestly thought that's what we were gonna go into. We'll go into that next time, all that shit. But like this was like the come up.
Nah, this was great, bro.
Honestly, I feel like I left a lot of shit out too, like just home life back home that kind of built who I was today. And yo, I'm telling you what, I sometimes I just feel fucking bulletproof because I'm like, dude, you don't even know what the fuck, like, you don't even know what the fuck I used to have to deal with. So like this is easy. I get to go to the gym every day and post a workout video and get fucking content with my friends.
Yeah.
This shit is easy. but you had to go through what I went through to fucking get to that point where it's easy. You know what I mean? Because that's why I appreciate it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. Dude, I just ended on that, bro.
Gotta ask the last question.
Yeah, well, we end every pod with the same question.
That's my question, bro. I gotta ask you.
Yeah, go ahead, run it.
What does leaving a legacy mean to you?
And what do you want your legacy to be?
Ooh, I like this. Okay. All right, can you ask me that one more time?
What does leaving a legacy mean to you, and what do you want your legacy to be?
All right, I think I think my response is gonna tie like hand in hand with both of those. I think leaving a legacy is impacting as many people as you can in a positive way to make them better, no matter what it is. And I think that's gonna carry on forever. You know what I mean? If you change somebody's life in a way, and it doesn't even have to be like what you're in, you know what I mean? Just in general, if you change their life in a way, they're never going to forget that. Yeah. And they're going to tell someone else about that. And I think you just being who you are and staying true to you and just being a good person and doing good and having good intentions, I think your legacy is going to write itself. You do that. You know what I mean? Just don't try to be anybody else. Be yourself. And your actions and your steps will lead your legacy to wherever you want to take it. To me, it's impacting as many people as I can. That's why I post a workout every single day. That's why literally like I'm just there for everybody. I comment back to everybody. I just try to be there. You know what I mean? So me personally, it would just be impact everyone, literally every person on this fucking planet. I love it, bro. Like, I don't even know. I want to keep fucking going right now because I literally want to tell you, like, I'm in on this. When I was tagged in a fucking video of this kid working out literally in a fucking cave in Tanzania. I looked up the location, Tanzania, Africa, working out in a cave with a bunch of fucking flies flying around, dirt everywhere, working out, like literally like jungle gym weights.
Yeah.
And literally said, tagged me and put great workout and doing my fucking workout. That right there is when I was literally like, yo, I can touch the world right now. And I'm doing it. So let's keep fucking going.
Hell yeah.
And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna impact everybody. Literally just everyone.
Let's fucking
Let's
go.
fucking
That's
go.
a great podcast.
Just so you know.
Let's go to the gym.
Bro,
Just so
I
you
enjoyed
know.
listening to him, honestly. Like, I didn't want to talk. I enjoyed
Dude,
listening.
we honestly, we were like sponges. I said like maybe like 30
I know.
words.
I feel bad. I was
no,
like,
dude,
rambling.
this was like a great pod, great story, and just raw. And people want to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this about you, bro.
Bro, nobody did.
I just know you from the gym, like swipe workouts, like good personality, but like there's so much underneath. Like, and people need to hear this. People are gonna relate to this. And I promise you, like after this, people are gonna send you messages, and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit,
Bro.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna relate to so many.
Bro, even
people.
us that went through similar stories, still I'm like, wow.
still.
You know what I mean?
Bro, when I
Like,
hear you saying like, it's like something good happens, it's like bad. Like,
Yeah.
we all experience that, like in front of each other. Like,
Yeah.
they see me go through shit. I see them
We
go through
fucking
shit.
pull
Like,
each other out of the mud, bro. When one of us gets down, the other one's like, let's
Yeah.
go. We're
It's-
gonna
it's
keep
so
going.
relatable, bro.
We keep fucking going.
as you're saying it, I'm just like picturing myself back in that position, and I'm like, wow. Like,
Right,
Other
right.
people know what that feels like too, but bro, you get out of it.
You
Keep going.
It's important to revisit that though from time to time. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah, bro, you gotta
have
reflect.
to. You got to.
Fucking legend Joe Andrews, man.
This
Thank
was
you, bro.
insane.
Hey.
Episode
Pleasure, boys.
54.
Thank you for having me fucking on.
One to remember.
Again, Legacy Loading. Follow
Doing this
the
again.
Instagram. Follow my boys.
Oh, yeah. Plug yourself up.
and
Go.
_ Joe Andrews on Instagram. Code Joe Andrews for YoungLA. Code Joe for Ghost. Let's
Yeah.
see. I'm on YouTube too. Just not really posting that much, but we're on YouTube. And you guys, thank you for having me on. I hope we can get back on here again.
Fuck yeah.
And we
For
told
sure.
to come up now, but we'll talk like the journey and the future and everything else. YoungLA, the gym opening, all that shit.
Let's go.
Guys, the future's fucking bright. Let's fucking go.
All right, see you guys in the next one. Peace.